one shot or one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted in one moment, would you capture it or would you just let it slip? This is a quote from 8 Mile, and it's something that's always stuck with me. Being an artist manager is my dream career. Opportunities have been presented to me and I'm going to seize them. That all starts with Proper Management. Proper Management is a fantastic company. Today I will be informing you on what they do to help their artists be as successful as they are. All Americans listen to music in some form, and we wouldn't get to it if it weren't for the people behind the scenes. First, I will discuss the history of Proper Management as a company. Then I will discuss the duties of artist managers. And lastly, I will brief you on some of the bands and artists that Proper Management currently manage and the success that they have had. Let's begin by discussing Proper Management as a company. Norman Miller started Proper Management in 1983, and it is different from many other management companies in many ways. Proper Management is a Christian music management company. They manage some of the biggest names in Christian music, and according to ProperManagement.com, they had the most successful tour in the history of Christian music, The Young Messiah. Proper Management created, produced, and managed the tour from 1990 to 1996. This tour averaged more than 15,000 people on a nightly basis, and remains to this day the most successful tour in the history of Christian music. There are only a couple of tour managers employed at Proper Management, but the quality of the management makes up for the lack of quantity. Mike J. and Nick Barr are the two full-time tour managers employed at Proper Management. Both men had a lot of experience prior to joining Proper Management, which has helped them to be great assets for the company. Now that I've given you an overview of the company, I'll go into more detail on the duties of an artist manager. According to Field in 2000 in the book Career Opportunities in the Music Industry, the daily duties of an artist manager are sometimes the most important. Some of the daily duties of an artist manager include promoting the artist to the band, booking the gigs, sending out records like sending out demo tapes, negotiating deals. The manager is in charge of the band and artist's entire career, leaving the band to be in charge of the creative side of things. As read from Marshall 1994 in Music, handling all the business for a band artist can be very stressful. Managers have to negotiate financial deals, network, and oversee all of the people working for the artist or band, like accountants, agents, merchandisers, just basically anything that the band or artist comes in contact with. That's the job of the artist manager. They have to be constantly on the lookout for people that are trying to take advantage of the band or artist, because in the music industry that happens a lot more often than we'd like to think. Even if the artist and band manager are really good friends, they should always keep a contract. Things can and do go wrong, so it's best to draw a line between business and pleasure in the music industry. Now that I've showed you that being an artist manager isn't always fun and games, let's wrap things up by discussing 3 of the bands the artists that Proper Management is currently having success with. Anthem Lights is my personal favorite Christian band. I got to meet them through Proper Management a couple years ago, and I actually landed an internship with Proper Management when I graduate in May. Anthem Lights is currently what you would call an underdog in the music industry. They released their first album and it got a lot of buzz, but it didn't exactly get everything they were hoping for. They're currently working on their second album, which should be out sometime this year. Francesca Battistelli is one of the most successful women in Christian music. You may know her from her hit song Free to Be Me, which played on secular radio stations. Proper Management also has the privilege of managing the biggest name in Christian music, which is Casting Crowns. Most people have heard of them as they have been on soundtracks for several movies and several tours, and they have some of the most downloaded songs in the history of, in this day and age. I think they did the song I Can Only Imagine, and that was really huge a few years ago, 8 years ago or so. So let's review. Proper Management has been extremely successful with their artists and tours. Being an artist manager may seem fun, but the hardest decisions lay on their shoulders, and they are ultimately what make or break the artist. So if you had one shot or one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted in one moment, would you capture it or would you just let it slip? Any questions? Yeah.
So has the company done any international work? Have they sent artists on international tours?
Yeah, they do international. All of the tours they do are world tours, or not, if not the whole world, then they do go to other countries.
So if someone had started a band and they wanted to to get things going, they'd come up to somebody like you.
Yeah, they need to get a manager, and then the manager would start booking things for them, just doing everything that.
Would you go on based on like a salary that they give you from the start, or?
And artist managers usually make about, it's a percentage of what the band sells. And so at first it would just be you kind of helping them out, and then when they start getting stuff on iTunes, you start getting a percentage of that.